So this is our 6 foot long lean-to mini greenhouse. 6 feet in length, just over 2 feet deep and about 5 feet tall at the back. So designed to go against a wall or a sturdy fence. The advantage of a lean-to, if it's going against a wall, is the wall will trap the heat. So it's going to be warmer in here than in a freestanding greenhouse. In the early springtime, you're going to have the sun falling on the greenhouse. That's going to warm up the air inside, and the bricks behind will absorb that heat. And then in the evening time, that heat is given off back into the frame. So it reduces the minimum temperature that's in the greenhouse, and it also extends the growing day because the plants need sunlight and warmth before they can photosynthesize. If you haven't got a suitable wall or a suitable fence, then we do make this model with a glass back, and that won't stand anywhere. The framework is architectural aluminium. It's designed to last a very long time, and we give a 25-year guarantee with it, and all the fixings are stainless steel, so they're not going to rust or corrode. Glazing is toughened safety glass. It's 3 millimeters thick. That was traditionally the thickness that was always put into greenhouses. But because it has been toughened, it's about 7 times stronger than horticultural glass. And if it does break, it shatters into little tiny pieces like a car window. So it's very safe. But the advantage of glass is that glass traps the heat. You have solar gain inside. And that means that even on a cold day, if the sun's on it, you can come here and it'll be lovely and warm inside. And that means the plants are going to start growing much earlier in the season, and they're going to be growing later in the season as well. But not only does the glass provide somewhere that is nice and warm, it also provides protection. Unlike a plastic sheet, glass is very rigid. So if you get storm force winds, this frame's not going to go anywhere, the glass isn't going to blow out. And if you get snow, 2.5 feet of snow on the roof, that's fine, it'll stand that way. But the sliding panels also give you excellent access and also excellent ventilation. Because you can slide the doors, early in the year you can have the doors open just an inch or so, just to let the air move through, and you can do that at both ends. And then on a nice day, the weather is going to warm the glass, it's going to warm inside, but you're going to get air moving through. So you're not going to get disease problems in there. And as the weather improves, you just increase the ventilation. So it's very controllable. And if it's very hot in the summertime, you can just slide the roof glass and let the hot air ventilate out through the top. And if you have an extremely hot summer, then you can just lift the glass right out. And then you've got the full area open to the elements. That means it's not going to get too hot in there. And in the summertime, even though it's hot, sometimes it still can be windy. You can leave the glass then on the sides closed, and you're going to get wind protection even though you're letting all that hot air out. When you look inside, then you can see that we've got a whole series of shelves inside. We've got narrow shelves and deeper shelves. These are all adjustable height-wise. You can see on the back legs you've got a series of holes, so you can change the spacing of the shelves depending on what you're growing in there. And if you don't want to use the shelves, you can put them flat against the back. So you can see on the 6 foot long model that the shelves are split. You've got shelves on this side and that side. And that means that if you want to, you can take the shelves down on this side to give you full height for, say, tomatoes. You can transfer some of the shelves to the other side if you want to, and have shelving one side and full growing height this side. Because this is 5 feet tall, you can grow full height standard tomatoes in there. You can also grow obviously lower crops in there as well, but the height gives you plenty of versatility. The shelves, because they've used these slim bars, are not creating too much shadow, so even down at the bottom you're getting plenty of light and plenty of growing room. Now, as an option, you can add an automatic louver vent. This is very useful if you go away a lot, or you have it on an east facing wall where it's going to catch the sun early in the morning. Because we've only got a fairly small space, it is going to warm up quite quickly. But the vent has got this little oil-filled piston here. It's got a plant oil in it, and as the temperatures rise, it pushes down on the piston and mechanically opens the vent. So the ventilation then starts as the temperatures rise, cools it down, and then in the evening time you've got these springs that will close it again, so it'll close at night. As I say, that's particularly useful on an east-facing wall, because in April time and May time, the sun might be coming up at sort of 5:30 in the morning. You don't want to be getting out of bed at that time to ventilate the frame. The automatic louver vent will do it all for you. And if you've gone away on holiday, it will make it much easier, because it's going to ventilate for you while you're away. Other options you can add into this model: you can add a watering system in there, and you can also add a centre staging, a glass centre staging, that will allow you then to have another level in there. So two very useful accessories. So the 6-foot grow house, designed for going against a wall or a sturdy fence, very useful in the garden, plenty of growing space inside, very versatile.